on the inaugural, imagine, the first one, and then again on the second one because someone dropped out, and I had stuff I could read. So I don't sing, and I don't do any of that. I write. That's all I do. I think I do it pretty well. You can decide. Some of you have heard my stuff before. But I want to say tonight is a little special for me because it's an honor to share the stage with Jason Murray and Thomas Snow tonight. You know, I joked about punching Jason in the throat. I actually have punched him in the throat, sparring and stuff. But it's special tonight because in 2018 I was in a pretty dark spot. And I hadn't talked to Jason for a couple of years, and out of nowhere he finds me. And he convinces me, gets me back into the traditional martial arts. And without hyperbole, it saved my life. I was ready to not continue living. That saved my life. And then a few years ago, through Jason again, I reconnect with Thomas Snow, another kind of a dark spot in my existence. And now we're collaborating on an art form I didn't even know I would like. And it's something I am in love with. The writing of the comic books. I will let him do the pretty pictures. But it's just an honor to share the stage with you guys tonight. And I wanted to make sure I said that out loud. One quick announcement. I've been asked a few times if I teach writing outside of university. I teach at a community college in Tulsa. And then until tonight, the answer's always been no. But through Imagine and working with Charles, I am in the process of setting up a series of workshops. Over there is a piece of paper and a pen. If you would be interested in the first workshop, it's a 3-hour workshop on the introduction to the craft of writing as I understand it and as I teach it somewhat in college. Put your name and your email, and anyone you think would be interested in learning the craft of writing but hasn't had an opportunity, put their name, their email, and follow Imagine on Facebook. It'll be announced there, and like within a month, I think, within a month we're going to have a 3-hour seminar, which will be here in Crestwood, I believe, right? It's somewhere in this massive building somewhere. So please keep that in mind. What I'm going to share tonight is another memoir. For those of you who have heard me before, I'm a memoirist in my creative work. What I'm bringing tonight is the introduction to my memoir that I wrote for my grad program, but I actually cut it out of the memoir before it got submitted. So the only other people who have heard this have been my thesis advisor, who told me to pull it out. I'm glad she did. And I think I am the only other person on who wrote it. So this is relatively new, but it's only the second draft. And the reason I put a second draft on it is this will be the introduction to the commercial version of my grad school thesis, if and when I ever get that published commercially. So there will be future versions of this, but tonight I thought I would share an early version of something. That what I shared previously were 7th, 8th, 9th drafts. Okay? So I'll begin. I hope you're not too offended. We'll find out though. The title of this is called The Peculiar Perversity of Personal Prose. When asked what it is like writing the way you do, you will eventually give up on the platitudes of self-expression and just start telling the truth. Writing the way you do is much like what you imagine cutting your own throat would be. Messy, painful, and one hell of a mess for the person and the poor bastard that has to clean up your laptop. So you stick to words and you let the words and the reader do the bleeding for you. Not that you want your readers to actually bleed, but tears would be nice. And for you, that is what it means to write the way you do. To cry the way you cry and hurt the way you hurt. That is the peculiar truth of the matter, though, right? Isn't that just the normal act of storytelling? Every day your readers gather at coffee houses, office cubicles, and break rooms, and any manner of gathering places to share their stories with whoever agrees to listen. They talk about their insensitive spouse, their stupid dog or evil cat, their political cause celeb causing whatever gastrointestinal issue is twisting up their colon this week. And they will do what you do. Theme, characterization, plot elements and twists, and climactic action and falling conclusion. pathos, logos, ethos, and kairos will all be employed in a likely accidental fashion, all to do by social expectation, what you do through your pain, humiliation, maybe victory, maybe defeat, probably something that looks like both, just to make your readers feel it, live it, and bleed with it. The difference for you, and the difference you will never have the vocabulary to adequately describe, is your very ontology, your very being with a capital B. You have to do this. You don't have a choice. For your readers, the need to tell their stories is a need to tell because most people can't keep the mundane and inane details inside. Because if they didn't, the truth of them might come out in a rush. But you can't just not tell the truth. You can't not give yourself over to this need, this primal imperative of artistic perversity that drives you to make them hurt the way you hurt. You've tried not to do it. You've tried to show the light side of you, but you fail every single time. And like the pusher, you'll give them a taste of the good parts. Like the moment she was born, it was unbelievable, and it's as unbelievable in its beauty as it was messy in its particulars. At first, her head seemed to be folded in different ways, and as soon as the midwife pulled her little head clear, it popped, snapped open into something that was recognizable as a human head. But one that was covered in hair so red it was almost pink. You had never seen anything like it, and you won't until each of her 3 siblings is born. She was so excited for preschool. She woke up before you and made a mess of the toaster trying to make her breakfast with toaster pastries. The weather was cool that morning, as expected from August in Oklahoma, and you wanted to walk to school. It was a beautiful morning. But she was so excited, and she wanted to drive because she knows cars move faster than legs. So you drive. You tried to explain that we can just walk across the field and get there faster than the car. The cars are faster than legs, so you drive. She was so excited, she successfully unfastened herself from her car seat for the first time and had almost gotten out of the car before you do. At 260 pounds, she pulled so hard you almost lost your balance. You thought you were going to lose her hand. The same teacher was there from the woman you met the week before, and amazingly, she remembered where her classroom was. So you let her run to the play area while you signed her in and introduced yourself to the teaching assistant who wasn't there a week ago. You called to her to say goodbye. She doesn't even acknowledge you. So you go to her. You have to take her by the shoulders and turn her towards you. Have a great first day, beautiful. I love you, you'll say. I love you too, Daddy. Can I go play now? You'll get out of the building into your car, but you're going to cry. But it was beautiful. Historians might disagree, but you are convinced that your second daughter is the most willful and stubborn child born to mankind. She punched her older sister for laughing at a dress she had put on a doll. Having long learned that you could beat that child beyond recognition every day, and it wouldn't change anything. So spanking was not an issue long in her life. So straight to bed. But she keeps trying to get up. She's coming out of the playroom. Finally, the 8th time that you've told her to stay in bed or she'll be grounded. No, she'll say. Child, you are not playing this game anymore with me tonight. Give me your glasses and get your butt back in bed. No! Young lady, either you give me your glasses and get in bed and stay there until breakfast, or so help me, there will not be a birthday party this year. Now give me your glasses. She took her glasses with both hands. Grasping the lenses, she'll give a firm twist and break the frame in 2 places. And then throw them at your feet. Her mother standing behind you, she already had your car keys in her hand, and she sends you on a drive. You drive around town for 2 hours, and you go to see a movie. After all of that, you're sufficiently calm, and so you go home. But by the time you get home, you're done, and she's asleep, and you're just looking at her breathe, and you smile because she's beautiful. When your third daughter was 5, you'll learn that you were going to have to watch this one carefully. On the Saturday following Halloween, you will be sitting in the living room watching a kung fu movie. An hour or so after lunch, she'll come up to you out of her room, smile at you, and with hands behind her back, she'll walk over to you and say, "Daddy?" "Yes, princess?" "Can I have some candy for dessert?" "We don't do dessert after lunch around here, sweetheart. You know that." Still smiling, she will crawl up on your lap. And when she hadn't said anything else for several minutes, you'll assume the issue was dead. You were wrong. "Please, Daddy, I really want some candy." You know what, kiddo? No matter how cute you are, I am not going to give you any candy. "Oh, Daddy," she'll say. She'll reach up and she'll stroke your cheek with her hand. "Yes, you will." And for a brief moment, you almost do. "Go clean your room." Beautiful, in a scary kind of way. You and your wife had set a goal for 3 children, and you achieved that goal, but you won't make it medically final. And so now you're going to have a son. He was born so yellow he was almost orange. You have never been so scared by something so beautiful. When he's 4, he's going to knock on the bathroom door when he hears you shut off the shower. For just a few minutes, he stares at you while you're drying your body. "What, boy?" "Daddy, I have to pee." "So pee. Just stop staring at me." The boy will drop his pajama pants to the floor as he steps up to the toilet. He'll put his hands together in front of his face, palms together, fingers pointing up. "Why are you praying before you pee, boy?" "I'm not praying." "What are you doing, Ben?" "I'm focusing. This is how I focus. I have to focus before I pee." "What?" Whatever gets the pee in the toilet, I suppose. But may I ask you why you need to focus like that when you pee? Because I am a ninja. And this is how ninjas pee. Please stop talking, Daddy. I must focus. With that, the little ninja peed. When he was done, the boy pulled up his bottoms, washed his hands, left the bathroom. The peeing notwithstanding, it was beautiful. He is beautiful. And so much of it is beautiful and true and good, but much of it isn't beautiful. But all of it is true. You will tell this story of a sword and its boy, but you won't tell your readers which parts, if any, are good. Except that will be eventually the introduction to the memoir. The title of it is A Sword and Its Boy. I have a very odd, probably unhealthy relationship with the sword. And so the whole memoir, the sword plays its role in my life in a very certain period. So the whole memoir probably is around that. So that is what I got tonight. Questions, comments?